Welcome back, everyone. It is Thursday, May 8th in the MLB. I have 3 picks locked and loaded, ready for you guys to tail today. If you are new, my name's Austin. Typically, we're joined with a special guest. We'll address that in a second. First, we must recap how we did yesterday. A 1-3-day disaster of epic proportions. Now, Royals' first 5 technically took a miracle, although we had so many chances. Michael Wacha threw a gem. We just could not get a timely hit against Cannon. That finally came in the bottom of the 5th. Cease had a no-hitter going to the 7th. All-time terrible read. Kerry Carpenter had a single early, couldn't get anything going in his final 3 ABs, and Yusei Kikuchi, under 17.5 outs, a 2-unit play, did not come home, as you probably know. Now you'll see, normally we're joined by Logan. Unfortunately, pour one out. RIP to Mr. Logan. Cause of death, Yusei Kikuchi. Logan will not be joining us today. He'll not be joining us tomorrow, Saturday, or Sunday. And honestly, if you've been fading, I don't blame you. We've been absolutely terrible this season. There's nothing I can say to really make up for the fact that we have been the worst MLB bettors you probably could find anywhere. But it would be poetic if somehow we give Logan a few days off, and technically he's busy, and we go on a heater. That might piss him off. I don't honestly think it would piss him off. I honestly think he would be happy for us. So if you're fading, maybe today's the changing of the tide. Maybe today we can dominate the books like we have been doing the past few seasons in the MLB. Prior to last year when we broke even, this year it's been a disaster class of epic proportions. No excuses. We need to be better, and I honestly love the card I have today. It's probably the most confident card I've had of any days this season in the MLB. All 3 my plays. Didn't ask Logan for anything. I told him to get the heck out of here. Let's lock in and get some winners. We begin with the player prop. Let's start with it. Casey Mize over 17.5 outs, minus 125 on DraftKings, a 1-unit play. Obviously, Mize pitches for the Tigers. I don't really need to specify which game in the doubleheader because they are playing a doubleheader today in Colorado, but he is technically the first game, the starter, I think at 3 p.m., something like that. Now, first, before we dive into Mize and how good he's been this season at limiting pitches per inning and stuff like that, I want to just talk about this game from a whole, from where the manager for the Tigers is coming from. You look at like yesterday, they went into extra innings. Jackson Jobe gave them a big 3.2 innings pitch, 3 2/3 innings pitch. Not great. They had to use 4 relievers. Today, they have a doubleheader. So, yeah, obviously want to get some length out of your first starter, which is Casey Mize. Now, I think this is a great matchup for him. I think this guy's been really good this season. And I think he's in for a pretty good spot here to go 6 or more innings pitch. Now, if you want to look at Mize and you're just a hit rate based person, you're like, Mize has only hit this over, gone 6 or more innings pitched in 3 of his 6 starts. I get it, 50% of the time. But if you look closer at those 3 starts that he went under, let's look at them. One of them was his first start of the year. So obviously guys are on a lower pitch count. He went 5 2/3. He walked 2 batters in the 6th inning, so they took him out at 82 pitches. The next start that he went under, another 5 2/3. So he went 17 outs, tough, 74 pitches. What happened in the 6th? Well, he gave up a home run, leadoff homer. I gave up a double and 2 infield singles, not regular singles, infield singles. That's really tough to do. There were also a couple outs in there, hence why he finished with 5 2/3. His last one was against Baltimore a couple starts ago, I believe 2 starts ago. And they're a really good righty hitting team. He won 87 pitches, 5 1/3, but he ended up giving up back-to-back singles to lead off the 6th inning, and that's when they took him out. Again, they took him out in the mid 80s or at 74 pitches. So he still had some arm in there. He went 95 pitches last inning, but given that, he was starting to get touched up a little, they didn't want to play it safe. Now that we have a doubleheader, I think they play this a little bit more risky here because Mize could go out there and suck. He could suck today. And I still think they could leave him out there because, well, they got a second game to go. You don't want to empty your bullpen. You already had to do that a lot yesterday. You don't want to do it again today. Now, here are the stats that really back up Mize. I already gave you kind of the situations, how he's been doing. Mize actually leads the MLB in pitches per inning, 14. That's lower than Brian Wu. We think about Brian Wu, one of the lowest whip guys in baseball. He's consistently mowing down lineups, going 6 or 7 innings pitched every single time. Now, yesterday didn't work for him, but still went 6, even though he got touched up. His last start, he gave up 7 hits, 4 earned runs, and he still went 7 innings pitched. So this is the guy that goes out there and eats innings, which is what the Tigers kind of want today. 3 of the last 5 righties to face the Rockies in Colorado went over this line. Jackson Jobe was the most recent guy that did not. But the Rockies are a team that own the 3rd lowest batting average, 3rd lowest WRC, and the lowest WRC plus versus righties, even though they play in Colorado. They are 6th lowest in walk percentage as well. There's just a lot to like about Mize in this situation. I think he could pitch terribly and still manage to get over this if he's not, getting 6, 7, 8 pitch ABs. He throws strikes. He makes you hit it. And this is a Rockies offense that really hasn't been doing it consistently. I think they need 6 out of him. If he ends on 5 2/3, I mean, in shambles, but I really like this over. I think it's a good one. Casey Mize over 17.5 outs. Let's hope he can pitch decently well in that first game. Like I said, he's even gone 7 when he's given up 4 earned runs, which could happen today. He's been good at keeping the ball on the ground. Hopefully he can do that today, turn some double plays and stuff like that. Really like his over and outs today. My second play is going to go to the Phillies. I'm actually fading them today. I'm taking the Phillies team total under 4.5. There's a lot to like about this one. The only minor concern here I have is that Pepio can give up some home runs, and that there is some favorable ish weather in Tampa today for this game. But at the end of the day, I think there's a lot more numbers that back up the under for the Phillies here than there are to if you were just take the over based on the weather. I mean, the Phillies are going to have to hit those balls in the air. And I think Pepio can pitch pretty well. Now, I know a lot of people are going to be on the Phillies today to complete the sweep. They got Luzardo. They're going against Pepio. Clear, you'd think, pitching advantage. But I actually think the Rays could be barking today as dogs. And I think this is a spot to fade the Phillies. We're thinking about the Phillies. They've already won this series. They've already won the first 2 games. They are on the road again tomorrow, I believe, in Cleveland. So we think about them. They don't really have another rest day until a week from today. So could they rest and put out a bad lineup today? Bad in quotation marks. They're still MLB hitters, but again, maybe give some of their guys a rest day. Certainly could. The Phillies have soared over this line in the first 2 games of the series with 8 and 7 runs, tagging up Drew Rasmussen and Shane Baz. However, I think Pepio is a much different pitcher than those guys. Now let's talk about Pepio and his numbers. This season, his numbers haven't been, great. They're average 4.2 ERA and a 1.4 WHIP. He's made 7 starts. In those 7 starts, the opposing team has only scored 5 runs 1 time. In fact, it was a game that he gave up 6. And, honestly, if we're going to lose, I'd rather Pepio give up all 6 because I think he's going to pitch well. So if he doesn't pitch well, I'd be in shambles. If he pitches well and the bullpen sells, I'd be even more pissed. But again, he's been decent. And what I really like about him is he limits the production from lefties. We think about the Phillies. They stack the lefties in their lineup. We know top 2 of their top 3, Bryson Stott, leadoff guy, and Bryce Harper. Right behind him, Kyle Schwarber. Down there in the lineup is got Max Kepler. Yesterday, Real Muto, who is a righty, got injured. Marchand, we could see him start. He's a switch hitter. He likely bats left. I doubt Brandon Marsh plays, but he certainly could. Maybe they put some other guys in there. Again, he's been really good against lefties, allowing just a 200 batting average with a 748 OPS. Now, we've seen Pepio, what I also like, really good with runners in scoring position. This year, 205 batting average with runners in scoring position, drops to 150 with 2 outs. You need to get those pivotal outs to get out of innings. Now, Pepio is also coming into here with good form. 2 straight starts on the road against really good offenses. The Padres, granted, they were down some guys, but still, Padres at home, really good offense. And the Yankees, 2 elite right-handed hitting teams. He pitched and gave up only 1 and 2 earned runs. Behind Mr. Pepio is going to be a Rays bullpen that has been pretty good this series, but they've given up their 7th in bullpen ERA. Have used some guys, but again, trying to avoid a sweep here. They'll try their best. And additionally, if you're a trends person, you look at the Phillies in the final game of road series. This is what they've scored. They've played 6 road series. This is the 6th one. And the previous 5 in that final game, they scored 0, 1, 2, 3, and 3 runs. So going under the team total under 4.5 in all 5 of those games. Now, it is trends. Trends are meant to be broken in baseball, but I really think the Phillies could come into this game a little bit complacent, given they've already won the first 2 games of the series. Who cares about sweeping the Rays? I don't know. They're going on the roads. They could already be packing their bags and ready to get out of here. They head to Cleveland. I think this is a good spot for Pepio. I just need him to limit the home runs. I think if we lose, it's because he gives up, a 2 or 3 run home run, and that's all she wrote. But I really think he pitches well today. I'll take the Phillies team total under 4.5. Now, my third play of the day, and then I have one extra lean that I really looked hard at, but couldn't find something to pair it with, is going to be in the same division, the Atlanta Braves first 5 team total under 2.5, which is currently minus 130 on Caesars. More juice than I really honestly want to lay going forward in baseball. If I'm going to lose, I'd rather lose in the sake of value. However, I was between 2 things here for Nick Lodolo, who's all we're really counting on today. The under first 5 or his under and earned runs. His under and earned runs is plus money. It's plus 105. However, I really don't want to sweat out going into the 6th or 7th inning. There could be a way Lodolo gives up 2 in the first 5. Cash, our bet here, comes out on the 6th, kind of 3rd time through that order, and they just tag him for another run, and that would piss me off. So I'd rather go 5 innings. Now, what would double piss me off is if we get an error in here and he cashes the under-earned runs and I lose this. If that's the case, so be it. And then the season's cursed for the rest of the year. But I really think Nick Lodolo's in here for a good bounce back matchup. We saw him last week. We actually backed, I think, the Reds in that game. Lodolo, disaster class. 5 1/3, 10 hits, 6 earned runs, 7 runs total. He sucked. And that's actually been a common theme for Lodolo this season when he's been at home. He has been really bad at Great American Ballpark, but on the road, quietly been an ace in his 4 road starts, a 1.07 ERA, 3 earned runs allowed, which all came to the Marlins, and 25 and a third innings pitched with a 176 batting average allowed. Nick Lodolo has been really good on the road. Now, if you look at the Braves, you'll have to dig deep to find lefty starters they faced. They've actually only faced 4 lefty starters this season, which is honestly very surprising. I don't know how they've managed to go, I don't know, what are we, 30 something games in the year, only faced 4 lefty starters. But in those starters, we saw Blake Snell went 4 innings pitched. He gave up 0 earned runs. We technically would have lost this bet, though, because he did give up 5 unearned runs. He was walking guys left and right, gave up 5 walks. The other guy, Jesus Luzardo, 1 earned run and 6 innings pitched. Easton Lucas, who sucks for the Jays, gave up 8 earned runs. And Andrew Abbott earlier this series on Tuesday, gave up only 0 earned runs. So he pitched a shutout through 5 innings. I like Lodolo a ton here. This is a Braves offense. I get it. Haven't seen a ton of lefties, but this season, the Braves against left-handed pitching, batting 205. That's 26th. They also have a 71 WRC plus, which is 23rd versus lefties. And Lodolo hasn't really walked a lot of guys. 93rd percentile, just a 4% walk rate. Righties are also batting just 188 versus him this season. So actually a lot of the production has been from left-handed batters. So hopefully we can avoid guys like, I don't know, if we can avoid Matt Olson, let him not hit a home run. He's been hitting the ball well. Again, we think about the 2 righties in this lineup that do a lot of the damage, Austin Riley and Marcell Ozuna. Hopefully we can avoid doing damage to those guys. At the end of the day, this is a Braves team that's also been chasing a lot versus lefties. They own currently the 8th highest K percentage to left-handed pitchers. Last year, they were pretty high up there too. And this is a guy in Lodolo. He's 89th percentile in chase percentage. Hasn't really gotten a ton of whiffs today, which is why his K prop's 4. But I could see him running it up to 8. He could easily climb a K ladder. We saw Andrew Abbott, I think, have 8 Ks earlier this week against him as a lefty. So all these stats considered, a Braves team that's now on the road, ending their 7-game homestand, going on the road. They face Pittsburgh tomorrow. Could we see a similar situation where it's like it's a getaway game? We're about to travel. Maybe we're not coming in here as locked in. Maybe we're worried about saying bye to our family, friends. I don't know. But I think Lodolo comes in here motivated. He has a 17.5 outs line, which he doesn't hit that consistently. So I think if they think he goes 6, I don't think he's given up 3 in this start. I like this in the first 5. You could take the regular earned runs if that's all your book has. I think DraftKings had this at minus 135. So all in all, I really like the card today. I mean, it is what it is. The MLB, if you want to fade, I don't really blame you. I forgot to mention at the top of the show, I said if Kikuchi didn't hit, we would do a giveaway. So this is that. It's Peter Moreno, 4511. He said, love you guys. Been watching for at least 2 years. Great research. Stick to it, y'all. Honestly, he was one of the few positive comments. That was the only dang thing I had for you. Leave a positive comment. Damn it. All right. Enough of that. He won the giveaway. If that's you, let us know down below or go back to your yesterday's comment and let us know. And we told you how we could pay you. But again, the recap of the card. Casey Mize over an ounce. Phillies team total under 4.5, and the Braves first 5 team total under 2.5. You could go full game for the Braves, but I'm looking at the Reds bullpen, and they've used a lot of their higher leveraged arms pretty frequently. Yesterday they had to use 6 relievers, so I rather not get involved there. The Reds bullpen is good, but I feel like the Braves could tag them. There hasn't been a lot of runs in the series, so we could see some come late in that game. But again, they didn't get a lot out of Hunter Green yesterday, who got injured. So you could probably look for some length out of Lodolo here, which is probably why his outs line is 17.5. But again, I think he pitched well. So the 3 picks, Casey Mize over outs, Phillies team total under, and Braves first 5 team total under 2.5. Pray to the baseball gods that we have a good day. It would, like I said, be poetic if somehow we can turn in a 3-0 sweep, which we even had a sweep, I don't know, all year maybe, when Logan immediately takes a day off. So pour one out for Logan. If we can get hot Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday when Logan's not here, he might stay in the dugout all day, all year long. Let's see if we can do it. I'd rather put him in the dugout and tell him, get the heck out of here, than I'll keep selling bad info. But either way, really love the picks. I did a separate video for the Timberwolves and Warriors game tonight. I'll link it on the screen over here. Go check it out. If you want to also check out my second channel, I do a lot of stuff with my wife over there. It's a lot of fun. It's nothing related to sports betting, but if you want to check it out, I'll try to link it there or just go to our page. We've been posting a lot of content over there and it's fun. Either way, thanks for tuning in. Let's go 3-0 today. I'll see you guys back tomorrow. Solo Austin taking us to the moon. See you then. Peace.